Hi everyone, wow, I've been so really clever and resourceful. I've actually just managed to hook my phone up that I film on onto the kitchen cupboards using my stand. I'm feeling really quite pleased with myself. So I wanted to do this at this angle because I'm making myself breakfast. So I was looking down a lot trying to sort of cut my bagel open, which is a sweet one, so I'm going to toast it and just shove a bit of butter on. But yeah, oh god, it's leaking stuff everywhere. Oh, I've got a major burst. Anyway, I really wanted to talk about a problem I'm currently having with a book that I have started reading, not last night actually, but the night before. I was reading it last night and I fell asleep reading it, which is a sign in itself. But yeah, basically I've got a really big problem. Oh, I need a plate. But yeah, basically I've got a really big problem right now, and that is it's by an author that I had sort of put in my head as one of my favourite authors. I really can't multitask, so I'm having to just sort of flip between the two things quite a lot here. Which now leads me to not remember what I was talking about at all. Unless those sliced. And more sticky. I suppose next I was saying the smoke alarm off, so I'll shut that down while I'm on it. So yeah, I'm feeling really unsure. I mean, basically the book I'm talking about is Bring Me Back by B.A. Paris. And I was highly anticipating this book, like very highly. This really isn't working, is it? Talking. Never start a cooking channel, Kirsty. Just, yeah, that definitely won't work for me. So Bring Me Back. I was really highly anticipating this book. From basically the moment I finished the breakdown, which I read last year and was in one of my, was in my top 10 favourite reads of the year. And definitely up there with one of my favourite thrillers ever. This one just isn't doing it for me. So I didn't get an arc of this one, so I just went out and bought it. I was going to pre-order it and then I thought, what's the point? Whenever I pre-order stuff, I never get to it straight away. So I deliberately didn't pre-order this. And as a result of me starting this book, I don't know whether I went into this with too high an expectation, because the breakdown totally blew me away. Were my expectations too high? I mean, like I said, I don't think I'm even a quarter of the way. I think I'm maybe 20% of the way. But I'm just really struggling to even get into it. I definitely shouldn't start a cooking channel. That one is a bit burnt. Wonder how much of this footage is even actually going to be usable. I don't know why I thought this was a good idea. But yeah, I was struggling to get into it. I mean, that doesn't surprise me ever so much, because I was reading it straight off the bat after an amazing book, which was This Mortal Coil by Emily Savada. I devoured that and absolutely adored it. And so I'm thinking maybe everything was going to feel rubbish after that. But I just thought that B.A. Paris would be able to hold my attention a lot more than this. And it's not even just that, I've just got a feeling it's going to end up being really crap. I don't know. I don't know whether it's me, because like I said, I've already read a really good book just before it. I mean, literally just before it, I finished that and I started this in the space of a couple of minutes. I don't know whether it's the book and it is just a bit of a crap one, but I thought this author was capable of so much more than this. I don't know. I'm waffling. I'm not even feeling a drive to pick it up. The sign that I fell asleep reading it last night was really quite a sign, because it's a thriller. And it normally doesn't take much for a thriller to keep me awake until all hours. It really doesn't usually matter at all. So I'm just really unsure. Am I going to end up hating it? And then will I feel wary about picking books up in the future? I'm not used to hating books well, not hating. Hate's a very strong word. I'm not used to disliking a book by an author that's made it onto my auto-buy list. It's like, they're there for a reason. It's because I know I like their work. And granted, I've only read the breakdown. I've not yet read Behind Closed Doors, but that book had such rave reviews of practically everyone, but especially friends of mine whose opinions I trust, so I know I like it when I get around to it, whereas Bring Me Back hasn't had that. In fact, Aoife, just as an example, finished it the other day and she gave it like, was it 3 or 3.5 stars? That's really low for her for a B.A. Paris book. I just don't understand what's going on with this book. And then you see people's reviews on Goodreads, and granted some of them are with Aoife and they're like, oh yeah, this one's actually really quite crap compared to a previous work, but then there's some people going, oh, this is the best thriller I've ever read, and I'm thinking, are you reading something different to me? I'm having some sort of crisis. I'm not used to feeling like this. Don't get me wrong, of course I've disliked books in the past, but it's never been by my favourite authors. B.A. Paris made it onto there straight away with the breakdown, and I'm feeling like maybe that was just a fluke. I don't know. I feel like I'm also just judging way too soon because, I mean, I could potentially end up really loving it. I've not made it a quarter of the way, but it doesn't bode well. I loved the breakdown from the very first page, literally. It had me from there, and now I'm just unsure, and I don't feel a great urge to pick it up. And that's not even just because of the book, it's also because I'm scared that I'm going to hate it and it's going to really put me off the author. And I'm having a crisis. I'm having a complete crisis. But anyway, my breakfast is ready, so time to go and eat while reading. At least Harry Potter can't let me down. By the way, you've probably spotted that yes, I have indeed got makeup on with pyjama bottoms. It's because I realised that every video I was filming I just got no makeup on at all, and I started to feel a bit meh about it. I wanted to make a bit of an effort even though I'm not planning on stepping out the house today. It's a day off work, it's a ready day, it's a vloggy day, an edgy day, and yeah, I just wanted to make a bit of an effort for a video for once. I was also possibly considering sitting down and filming a review for This Mortal Coil, but I don't think I'm going to actually, but just in case I feel like it, the makeup's done ready. Time for some Harry Potter. I'm currently on page 171 of this. I've been making very slow progress just because I don't sit and read physical books enough. That's the main problem. But yeah, I also really struggle to eat while reading a physical book, but that'd be normally where I'd go and do an exception and grab my Kindle and read a bit on my Kindle while eating, but I just don't even want to Bring Me Back up. That's how I'm feeling right now. It has me not wanting to pick it up. That's sad. I'm going to see how I get on. If I really do struggle to read this while eating, then I might go and get it, but sad. It'd also be really nice to actually finally get this book finished, because I've been reading it for quite a while because I don't give physical books enough priority. So I've made it to page 202 in this. I've just finished my breakfast. I'm going to keep reading a little while longer, but I just wanted to give you a quick update just because my mum's due around any minute and she doesn't like being on camera, so I can't sort of film my update while she's here. So I'm feeling like I'm slowly making good progress, and now that I'm actually at school and everything's starting to sort of tick along, my progress will go much quicker now. I don't like how this one takes forever to get to school because of the never-ending Quidditch World Cup. After that, it's just all good. I've realised how much I'd sort of forgot about this because it's been years since I've read this book. But obviously I've watched the movies several times since, and I'd really forgot just how much focus there is on sort of elf rights. House elf rights in this that doesn't really sort of get picked up on so much in the movies. So yeah, starting to really get into this and enjoy it, which is probably for the best after what I spoke to you about, because maybe I'll end up reading a lot more of this instead. Hi everyone, so it's now, what time is it? Nearly 9 o'clock, and I thought I'd better end this so that I can start editing it. I've had a really great reading day. I've covered quite a bit of Harry Potter now. I am on page 212, which is mid-chapter, which is really annoying me, but my dinner was ready, so I will finish that chapter later on and probably read a little bit more as well. Feels good to be making a dent on that. I'm really enjoying it, and I'm getting to the point where I'll struggle to put it down now, so I'm sure I'll fly through that soon. Speaking of flying through stuff, I have flown through some more of my audiobook today, so I'm now 76% through The Diary of a Young Girl by Anne Frank. I might get that finished in the next couple of days, I'm not sure. I'm doing very long shifts over the next couple of days, so I'll have to see what I can squeeze in. And usually it's easiest to fit the audiobooks in, so I might actually make some progress. I've still not read any more of Bring Me Back. That is going to be my bedtime read when I go to bed. I am going to make myself pick it up, because how am I ever going to finish it? And how am I ever going to know whether it's going to get any better unless I give it a bit more of a go? I'm not ready to give up on it by any means, but we'll see how that goes. Also, I did sort of glaze over this earlier, but I did finish This Mortal Coil by Emily Savada the other day, and I gave that 5 stars. I absolutely loved it. Loved it. I don't want to go into my thoughts too much here, because since it was a book that I received from the publisher by NetGalley, I will be sitting down and doing a proper, like, old school style review for that, which I'll have up sometime the next week or so at the latest, I'd have thought. So, yeah, I don't want to go into that too much right now, but I will say that I can't remember the last time a book kept me up so late twice. I was reading it till gone 4 in the morning both times that I decided to pick it up, and it blew me away. It is a sort of sci-fi YA novel that covers humans having like panels in their arms, and that can have loads of apps on it, and there's this virus that's like taking over the world, and like people are living in bunkers. It's got a kind of zombie feel in that kind of way, and this girl's father is the only one that can create a cure for it, and so he gets taken away from her, and he tells her to like stay away from these people that are taking him away, like stay away. It's the only way that she'll be safe. And oh my goodness, the twists and turns this book sent me on was just like absolutely incredible. It's also a new week, so I'm going to pull a book out of the TBR bag. Hopefully we get something a bit less obscure this time. Last week's was really, really obscure. And I have pulled out The Woman at 72 Derry Lane by Carmel Harrington. And I received this from the publishers via NetGalley last year, so I've not had this one for too long compared to some of the ones I've got. But I don't recognise it, so I'm just going to quickly look it up. Okay, so I didn't get much further at looking this up other than discovering that it's set in Dublin, which is perfect. As you may be aware, the Irish Readathon is going on right now, and I will be able to join in with that and use that as a book. So I'll definitely be picking that up, hopefully very, very, very soon. So yeah, that is everything that is currently going on with my reading, and also my crisis from earlier, as I mentioned. So hopefully that becomes sort of just something that I never needed to worry about, and tomorrow I'll be like, oh yeah, that book was fantastic, I don't know what I was ever worrying about. Hopefully. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you've read any of these books, if you've got thoughts on Bring Me Back, if you were planning on reading it and now you're a bit worried about it, let me know in the comments down below. Let me know what you've read recently too. I would love to know. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe by clicking the image of me just somewhere if you want to see more videos from me, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.